Hello everyone, Ben here for Spotter Jetting. So today we are going to talk about some ham radio stuff. I had the opportunity to hear myself on a short skip for the 40 meter band. One of my friends up in the Twin Cities area happened to get me recorded, and we're going to have a listen to that quick, and then we're going to talk about how kind of odd this is. So take a look at this clip, and we'll get back and I'll explain what's going on with it.
I mean, you're strong. Not as strong as Matt, but you're strong.
Alright, sounds good. Yeah, I'll throw you in the log there, and you throw it to us.
Copy that, K0BJJ.
So in this clip, you can hear me talking to Tom up in North Dakota. Storm Spawn Pooch is here. Hold on, let me get him hold of it. There we go. There's a Storm Spawn Pooch. But I have this picture here with a map overlay. So I am the blue circle, and the blue line, black dash line, is everything I can hear. My friend who recorded this is the orange circle up around Minneapolis. I'm not getting precise with locations. You don't need to know exact locations. It's general. And obviously the orange dashes are who he can all hear. The black circle is another friend that we're all talking to. I couldn't hear him. Purple circle, another person. Yellow circle is who you hear me in a conversation with. So this is pretty rare for the 40 meter band. Typically with HF, your signal is going to bounce 1,500 miles or so, 1,500 miles plus. So it's extremely hard for me with my antenna setup to reach Matt in the Twin Cities. Now, Tom, which you hear me having a conversation with, the yellow circle, I can get him with 40 meters. It doesn't sound near as good as it knows. Normally he's kind of right at that boundary of a range. Kansas City is another one that's extremely close. I typically would not be able to hear Kansas City. Now I have picked up Lawrence, Kansas, and central Kansas from where I'm at. And then the Omaha, Council Bluffs area is just way too close, and I also think it's on a deaf side of my radiator on my antenna with the way my antenna's laid out. So what ended up happening, 40 meters was so bad. I'm going to say that, bad. It was extremely short. So my signal was basically coming straight up, hitting the ionosphere, and coming straight back down. So I'll try that again. My signal was basically doing that. Matt's signal up in the Twin Cities was doing that. Everyone's signal was basically doing that. But it was coming down, it was coming up short, but it wasn't coming up short enough to where I could hit Omaha. So it wasn't coming up and straight down, it was coming out a little arc. That's normally extremely rare for 40 meters. Even on bad 40 meter days, the signal does more like this, and I get out 1,400 miles. It's very rare that I get communications on 40 meters under 3 hours drive time away. Matt up there in the Twin Cities is right at that 3 hour point. I could get him probably some days, but it's very rare that it's rare that he comes in that good on 40 meters. Normally when I'm on 40 meters, I'm hitting up, and you see on the map, you see Duluth up there at the corner of Lake Superior, or the end of Lake Superior. That's usually where I'm coming in at Minnesota. Upper Minnesota, upper Wisconsin. Usually anything south halfway down Minnesota, I can't hear. And that kind of goes out. So it's about a 3 hour drive in any direction from me. I generally can't hear. With Council Bluffs and Omaha, they are about right at 2.5 hours. I'm guessing the skip wasn't there, or it's on my deaf side of my antenna. I just can't hear well from that direction. That's why I couldn't hear that individual over there. So this does happen. The only other time you're going to get short distance communications is if you're running an NVIS, or near vertical incident skywave antenna, which mine is not set up that way, which is an antenna, wire antenna, extremely low to the ground that shoots a signal, it'll basically reflect it off the ground. And I don't want to say that because that's not exactly right, but for ease of understanding, it'll reflect it off the ground, shoot pretty much straight up and then straight back down, which any kind of angle straight up and straight back down, anyone who's fired a bullet in the air will know, unless you have it perfectly straight, it's going to come down so far away from you. And that works, basically same principle here with radio. So, and I'm not running, like I said, unless you're running that antenna, that's pretty rare. Some HF bands able themselves to shorter distance communications, 80 meters. I can hit almost anywhere in the state of Iowa and surrounding, but for 40 meters, it's extremely rare that it's that close unless I'm running an NVIS antenna or I'm working a ground wave, which is a completely different subject. And I'm sure Matt, well, I'll link his YouTube channel below if I haven't already said that, can explain a ground wave a lot better than I can. So yeah, that was kind of my little thing. Typically we don't get to, as hams, we don't hear each other on the other side of the radio, so that was pretty cool. The next video coming up, one of the next videos is going to be about the new storm spotting vehicle that's coming this Saturday. So today is the 17th, I'm recording 18, it's coming the 20th. So the 20th, the new vehicle's coming. I'm going to have a video coming up on that once I get it started out. And I'm going to attempt to record our next drill video. Our next Aries drill is going to encompass a failover to a simplex. So I will be recording that in the vehicle with my 25 watt mobile. That's how I'm going to have to run that drill. Otherwise, I don't stand a chance with a 5 watt handheld effectively running this drill. And where we're simulating during this next drill will be, we're out storm spotting and the repeater gets taken out. It fails, we fail over to simplex. We have a state assigned simplex frequency. We're going to fail over to that. So that's what's coming up on the channel. It's been extremely cold, if you haven't noticed. If you happen to be in one of those areas where it's warm, come visit Iowa, and actually come visit Texas. Texas is frozen solid right now. Texas is getting a taste of what Iowa gets every year. So, like I said, it's been extremely cold. That's why I haven't seen too many videos from me. We did run a February drill, went fine, but I'm not gonna get that recording out. So, until next time, guys, we'll see you on the next chase.